Welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary, your podcast for everything rocks.
Coming to you every Thursday 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell. Let's get rockin'.
Let's get rockin'! Welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary, your place for everything rocks. And we bring you some of Lapidary's most influential and creative people tonight. And especially my co-hosts. I just want to say that because they're amazing. Okay, so I'm Kirsten Safford. I'm the host of the show, and this is my channel, Kirsten Safford Art. Let's see. Before I bring on my amazing co-hosts, let me tell you about how to enter our giveaways. Sorry about that. You're going to sign into YouTube if you're watching from Facebook. You got to sign into YouTube, drop a comment, and then stick around to the end of the show, see if you won, and then we'll tell you how to claim your prize. Right now, go out and hit that thumbs up button. Share the video out to all your friends who love rocks and lapidary. And let me remind you, we meet here every Thursday at 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern for the live show. The Spotify replay is Friday mornings, and the YouTube replay is also Friday mornings. So let's see, who should I bring on first? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, hi.
Are you wearing green for the holiday?
No, actually, I'm wearing my work uniform. Okay, CNS.
Oh, your work uniform made for the
work
holiday. I love it.
My uniform is green. My glasses match because I'm a friggin' nut job. Hi, everybody. I'm Courtney King of CNS Services, Cabs and Stones. I cut cabs. I cut slabs. I sell them. I play with rocks. I lick rocks. I do everything with rocks. The one thing that I would like to tell you about our show is we also do a live sales show every other Tuesday. The next one will be May 2nd. Same time, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next show is Kirsten and Matt. So be looking out for the link for that. And I guess that's all I got tonight.
How long, Courtney, how long do you think I've known you?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. A while?
A few years.
Couple years? 3 years?
Kirsten.
Oh, did I say it wrong?
Every time you do it,
right.
it makes me go, ah, that's so funny.
Right. Well,
I only correct the people I loved, so just know that.
Well, thank you for correcting me live on air. I appreciate that.
All right.
Okay, who's next? Get me off this big screen.
Let's bring in Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hello, everybody. Hey,
Rudy
just
Rude.
so you know, Kirsten, every time I said her name wrong, she would add another 5 miles an hour to the speedometer. And it just kept climbing and kept climbing and kept climbing. She said, no, it's Kirsten. Oh, I said, like a cheerleader. She said, yeah.
Ah.
How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, looking to have a really great show. We're going to talk about green rocks.
We are. Right?
We're not going to give you any more than that until you see them. We're just going to talk about green rocks.
Very nice. What do you do, Dave? What's your deal?
So I do a little bit of everything. Of course, we run a charity. We have Rock Tumblers for Autism on Facebook, and that's Rock Tumblers, 2 words, for autism, where we raise funds and we give rock tumblers to kids who have autism. So I also do cabbing and slabbing, and everything that we do, all the proceeds go to buy those rock tumblers for the kids.
Very cool. Very cool.
Love it. Okay, let's see. We are going to bring on Ryan. Welcome, Ryan.
Hello, peoples. I'm
Hi, Ryan.
Me and my little brother Andrew run Glacier Bros. We sell slabs and rough live multiple days a week on Facebook. We're also setting up an Etsy right now, so that's going to be really cool. Other than that, everybody put the bell on, like, share, and subscribe, and let's have a fun show.
There you go.
Thanks.
Bring your hot chocolate, your soda pop, and your chips, and let's do it.
Woohoo!
Now I'm hungry, dang it. Okay. Hi, Brad. Welcome aboard.
Hi guys, I'm Brad. I own JBB Rocks. I mostly do spheres, but like the rest of us, I slab some, cab some, but mostly spheres. That's what I like. I also sell just about anything you could find that's sparkly and pretty in normal rock shops. So I have a pretty good variety of everything. We do live sales every Sunday evening, unless we're at a show. Then we mess it up just to keep people on their toes.
There you go.
Don't everybody talk at once.
Right?
Good.
I was so quiet. I thought my headset died.
No, I think Kirsten may have froze up. So, like Kirsten, excuse me, was
Cheers to like
saying,
cheerleader.
Kirsten, we do have a weekly giveaway that we do, and to enter that, we do
Do you hear me?
comments.
Now we do.
Hear you
I see
now.
you
You're
and stuff
back.
now. We got you.
Keep track of the
Whoa.
commenters, and then towards the end of the show, we will do the number draw for that giveaway.
Was you abducted by aliens, Kirsten?
I was. What were you talking about?
I was just reminding him about the giveaway until we got you back.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know where you wanted to
Did
go
you show the picture? Did
No.
you show what the giveaway is going to be? Okay,
No.
so my new thing is I'm going to start posting pictures.
That's a
So
great idea. Here, I'll put it up.
oh yeah, there you go. So it's one of my books, The Crystal Journal. It's my favorite. It's just basically a line journal. And then there is a bunch of green crystal stickers, a couple Bigfoot stickers, and an N365 light, and a magnifier, and a keychain caliper, and sorry, Ryan is just making me laugh.
I'm
if you
sorry.
can't
I'm
see
trying to
him.
have a good time.
It's okay.
So there's like okay, noble serpentine, aventurine, a magnetic hematite, some ferricite, and a raw piece of malachite. So
Very cool.
yeah,
That's a real nice giveaway.
that is it is. So probably the nicest one I've done so far. So let's see, viewer spotlight, Ryan.
Okay, tonight's viewer spotlight is my friend Christine Silvernail. She
We got some photos to put
does
up
some
for her
really
too.
amazing work. It shows some stuff.
I'm trying to find.
Oh, you're
it.
okay.
Sorry, it's all kind of mixed
Get it.
together. Here we go. I found them.
Yeah, so she has a company called Agate
Wow.
Surprise, and she does a lot of polished agates. Like, I believe these are night lights that she wrapped onto nightlight fixtures to plug in. Yeah, so cool.
That is
Yeah, that's
really
neat.
cool.
That is
I
pretty.
love that.
And her trees are really nice. She actually does
Yeah.
a really good job.
Oh, that's cool.
That looks like a Wonderstone.
It is,
It's
yeah.
It's a nice hemp necklace.
Yeah.
That knot's pretty hard to do. I love the
Wow.
design.
Right?
Wild horse. I love
Is
wild
that wild horse? Yeah.
Mhm. Fordite.
Fordite.
Look at the beadwork.
Beadwork.
That is something that is way cool to me. Look at that. And green.
That one has a lot more
Right.
patience than I have because beading is not easy.
Her beadwork is
Christine-
awesome.
Yeah, and Christine is just a really nice person, too.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
So you
Very
guys go
cool.
check her out. It's Agate Surprise on Facebook. So tell her that you like her stuff.
There you go.
I don't know what's going on here tonight, but I'm experiencing technical difficulties every minute or two. So the viewer spotlight down below, Christine Silvernail of Agate Surprise. There you go. All right.
It was probably the
So-
surprise that your dog gave you earlier.
Oh, it's an inside joke. The surprise was he farted
Oh.
on me. I love it.
That's great. That's great.
Thanks. Thanks for that reminder. So, Dave, do you have some stuff you want to talk about?
I do. I want to talk about our merchandise. And for right now, these are what we have. So let's see if we can get these up here. One of these days, we're going to take a picture of these so we can put a nice picture up on the screen
Oh,
instead
that's a
of just
good
having to
idea.
hold them up.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we
You
have
know,
Don't you
one.
just
and
have
these
the
things,
logo?
you can
Just have the
put
logo
these
picture.
you can put these on everything, right? Put them on the back of your
There it is,
car.
guys, right there by Dave's
We're
head.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
leave
Look
it
at
up
that, right up above my
over
head.
his
Hey,
head. Yep.
get that where there we go. It blocks that shiny spot right there. So these are our merchandise, and you can buy these directly from Rock Talk Lapidary. So there's a link at the bottom of your page down there that you can buy them from. And these are $2 a piece, or if you buy 10 or more, they are $1.75. But there's another way that you can get them. When you buy our products, we put one of these in the box or in the package, whatever kind it is, and we send one to you along with the order that you have purchased. And soon, hopefully, hats and t-shirts. Yay! I'm a hat
I
guy.
don't know. I'm holding out
And
for a coffee
probably
mug.
something else too.
Be nice.
Y'all don't know about that yet. It's coming next week.
Oh,
So
awesome.
in the
Fantastic.
next
Well,
week or so, I will let y'all know what's up with that. Now
in the
wait
Dun,
until I
dun,
have
meantime,
it in
dun.
my
On you.
hands.
Frank Brown,
if you
I'm
have
sorry.
somebody that says,
That ain't
"Oh,
happening.
that's just a rock," you know how you reach up and you slap somebody on the back and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" and you leave a sticky note on them. Well, you put one of these Rock Talk Lapidaries on there.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, what do you want me to ask the Magic 8 Ball?
If everyone's having a good 420.
Without a doubt. All right. That's great. So we're going to start off our green rocks. Just a pre-note: none of us are experts in the field of geology, so we are just giving you information that we have learned or have been taught by others, and it's all going to be very general, I think, unless somebody here is a aspiring geologist. I think most of us are just lapidaries. So, but it's
I
important
kept
to
it
learn.
beginner friendly. I made it beginner friendly.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. So let's kick it off with Ryan. Ryan, we'll make Ryan big
Oh, why?
because you are going
Oops,
to be.
wrong
That's
Nope,
button.
Ryan, you changed.
wrong
Yeah, I
me.
know. A lot different. Okay, so my greenstone for today, I chose fluorite. It's fun. We live in the land of fluorescent stones, I feel like, where we live. So, for those of you that don't know, one fun tidbit about fluorite, the word fluorescence comes from the mineral fluorite. Little fun info there. Fluoride is a 4 on the Mohs scale, so it's really soft. It does get a high varnish, so it'll varnish just as well as glass or obsidian will, except it'll cut like butter and take half the time. Comes in a lot of different colors. That's a cool thing about fluorite. Pretty much any color you could think of, even clear and black. The rarest colors of fluorite that there is pink, clear, and black. Actually, are the three rarest colors of fluorite.
Oh
Yeah,
my
this is some
gosh.
awesome rainbow fluorite from Mexico. Really nice chunk. You guys can see that little layer of blue in there. Uh,
Mm-hmm. That's
one of the
nice.
more rare colors also. So if you're ever out and about and you see some blue, go right
Grab it.
wherever you are, grab it up. There is collectors that just collect blue fluorite.
Right.
And here I showed this pictures because you can see different examples. Not only is fluorite used for carving, but it's also used for cabbing and faceting. It's actually a pretty highly sought after faceted gemstone. Fluorite is because to get the quality with the clarity without inclusions to be able to facet, and it's so soft. It's really rare.
I didn't
Um,
realize people faceted it.
yes,
That's
ma'am.
cool. That's
Gorgeous
beautiful.
stuff. It
Wow.
does. It has a cubic growth form. So it grows in cubes. So even a lot of times whenever you see it mixed into other like rhyolites, because it grows in granites and limestones most of the time, so you will see it mixed in with things. That's why like with kaleidoscope prism stone, if you guys
Yep.
know that, you'll see little cube areas of fluorite throughout the structure. It's because it grows in cubes no matter what, but it comes in all kinds of colors.
Very cool.
That is the chunk that I have now to show you guys. That's my hand. here, here you go. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
nice big chunk of fluorite.
Holy moly.
This one here in particular is from Mexico. You could see that pretty purple there.
Yeah.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
And are you going to be slabbing that, selling it, or?
No, this belongs to one of our friends, but we wanted to be able to show off a nice big one for you guys.
Nice. Very cool.
It is a type of calcite, actually. Fluorite is. Oh man, I had it down. Hold on 1 second. Like she said, we're not geologists. I'm trying to make sure that I give you the exact term here. Add it.
While you're looking that up, we could just ask the viewers, are any of you master geologists?
Oh, it's
Probably
a calcium fluoride. Calcium fluoride equals fluorite.
Nice.
Okay.
So
When I teach my students for the Dremel lapidary that we do, I always say start off with calcite or fluorite because you're going to be able to work it quickly. It works like butter, and you get a really nice polish before you even hit 3K. So, it's probably one of my favorites for sure.
yeah, it cuts easy. I love it when you get the big calcite feathers in it sometimes. You get feathered versions, and man, that's pretty. It literally looks like feathers floating in the wind.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Nice.
You know what surprises me about it is that chunk right there. It's heavy. That's a 12-pounder right there.
Yeah,
It
this
is
one's
really
about
a heavy
25
mineral.
that I got
Oh, are we having a rock off?
25.
Who's got
here,
the
Dave.
biggest rock?
Yeah, I mean it's like for the size that it is, it's heavier than a lot of jasper.
I
And a lot
know.
of other
I know.
stone.
Brad is drooling over there, thinking about the spheres he could make out of this thing.
That would make an awesome sphere.
Yeah.
I was at the Wasatch Gem Show this weekend, and one of the vendors there had some of that Argentinian fluorite.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
kind of yellows and greens. That stuff was just gorgeous. Oh
look
look,
at you, Brad.
there's me sitting in the
Cheers
back
in right
corner.
there.
I
That's
stole
what
this
doing.
from the Wasatch Club, but I had to show it because this is one of the first rock shows I've been able to go to in a long time, and it was so much fun seeing so many friends. Like, I'm sure Brad and I are in the same circles, so we know like 90% of the people that were there.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was crazy.
Nice.
I loved it.
Very cool. It's a nice setup, Brad.
Thank you.
So what were you saying about what you found at the show?
The Argentina fluorite. I found one of the vendors had slabs of that, and that stuff was just some of the prettiest fluorite I've ever personally seen.
Lots of like purples, clears, yellows, and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
It's really
Very
stable
cool.
from there. That stuff from there
Oh.
is really stable. From Mexico, they call it rainbow fluorite because there's so many infractions in it that when
Right.
you cut it, you get rainbows where the
yeah.
infractions are. That's why it's called rainbow fluorite. Not because it's rainbow colored, because it gets off rainbow. It looks like there's a couple little rainbows in there. You
Yeah.
can see them shining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
You know,
stuff.
I have a funny story about rainbows and rocks. You know, my girls, when they were little, I would take them to rock shows, rock shops, and anytime they would see a rainbow in a rock, you know, I'd tell them, hey, there's a fairy in your rock. There's fairy wings. That's what you're looking at. Oh my gosh, that's one of the things. Now they're all adults now, and it's one of the things they bring up pretty often. So it's pretty
That's great.
cool. But it is very hard to work because those are inner fractures. You know, they have a tendency to cleave away and break. So That's the only downside to fluorite over calcite.
I've almost had it shear off like mica before. I've worked it, just had it completely break in half.
Yep.
With like no pressure to it too, probably.
Right.
Well, and
just
if I
happened.
remember correctly, fluorite has little or no cleavage to it. Or was
Fluorite?
it just the opposite? It's
the opposite. It does.
The opposite.
Calcite
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
really,
opposite
unless it's
because
crystal.
it breaks off in those layers, right?
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
nothing worse than finishing up a cab and getting ready to work on the back of it and have it just.
Well,
Right. Okay.
It's just heartbreaking. It's
I've done a
heartbreaking.
couple of spheres the same way, get almost all the way done, and they go fly, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I went like, how did you make it through all the harder wheels? Now you're finished, and I'm like, what happened? You know, but that's okay. Those are the ones I glue back together, and I stick them in my display case because I can't sell them anyway once they're broken. But they're too pretty to not keep.
They still look great.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a
so why
giant broken fluorite tower that it's too pretty to get rid of. It's too
Right.
pretty. So
Right. Right.
I could dice it and then cab it.
There
Because
you
it's
go.
pretty big. Yeah.
Right.
Dice it like a carrot.
See,
All right.
fluorite is
Okay,
what
what's
about a
next?
3 on the Mohs
So-
scale.
3 to 4, I
Four?
think. 4.
Yeah.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
4.
Pretty soft
Solid.
cab then.
It's 4 because calcite's 3.5.
Fluorite's
Right.
4 then. Okay.
All right. So I'm next with malachite. And I have pictures and rocks here to show
Make her
you.
big, Courtney.
Okay.
Okay.
Not me.
I got it. Hold on. It's a process.
Oh, I got some lag. All right. So, I took notes and wrote them down. So, let's show a picture so you don't have to look at me reading my notes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's raw malachite right there. Rough. Sorry, I hate the word raw. I see it so much now online that it's gotten into my vocabulary somehow. It's frustrating. Okay, first of all, malachite gets its name from the Greek word malachi. I don't know. I'm probably saying that very, very wrong. And that means mallow, like a marshmallow plant, because of its vivid green color of the leaves of the plant. It's a copper carbonate mineral that commonly is found in the oxidized zones of copper ore deposits, and it's often associated with other minerals like azurite, chrysocolla, and cuprite.
That was cool.
I'll do the. You could just leave it on this, and then I'll talk about the pictures really fast when I'm done. So it's been used for centuries as a pigment in paints and used by ancient Egyptians as a cosmetic. So I couldn't imagine wearing that on my eyes, but painting with it, I'd try that for sure. So malachite forms as a secondary mineral in the oxidized zones of copper ore deposits. That's important. It's a secondary mineral. The process of formulation is complex and involves a variety of geological and chemical processes. So malachite is typically formed when copper-containing rocks undergo weathering. So like they're getting rained on, right? Which results in the release of copper ions into the surrounding water source. These copper ions then react with the carbonate ions and other minerals in the water to form malachite. So azurite, which is another copper carbonate mineral, is often found alongside malachite and copper deposits. And I'll show you some pictures of that and in person. And then chrysocolla is a hydrated copper silicate mineral that is often found in association with malachite. So it's a silicate, right? Chrysocolla is a silicate. So that is different than azurite. Azurite isn't a silicate. So it forms in the environment where there's a high concentration of the dissolved silica, which forms chalcedony, such as hot springs or near volcanic vents. Cuprite is also an associated mineral. It is a copper oxide mineral, and it's sometimes used for lapidary too. Malachite, let's see here. Here's an interesting fact. It was used by the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans to create green pigments for painting and cosmetics. And I already said that. That's great. Malachite is a relatively soft mineral with the Mohs hardness of 3.5 to 4. So it's the same as a calcite. It can be easily scratched or damaged if not handled carefully. Malachite's also used for decorative objects, such as the picture that Courtney showed of the sculpture of the head, which was for sale for $1,800 if you want it. So there are some lapidary warnings associated with working with malachite, and that mainly relates to the potential hazard of inhaling or ingesting malachite dust or particles. These particles contain copper and other minerals, which is harmful if they accumulate in your body over time. So copper, our pipes are all made of copper, but the water is not generally sitting in the copper and then you're drinking it. So you don't have that high of a copper amount in your body, less than 1%. So you don't want to have that go out of whack. It will mess with you. So if malachite is ingested, it can cause stomach pain, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. I did not know that. Did you guys know that? In rare cases, it can cause liver damage or even death, particularly in individuals who have pre-existing liver problems. So what are you going to do about that? You're going to want to protect yourself. You're going to want to wear a respirator. You're going to want to wear gloves. You want to make sure that you're working in a well-ventilated area. It's just common sense, I would think, but, just make sure you wash your hands when you're done working with it. Once it's polished, though, it's not that big a deal, because you're not getting that ground up dust into your system. I'm a metaphysical, so I do want to touch on that for just a half a heartbeat. Malachite is said to be of high frequency energy that can help stimulate healing and promote transformation. It's often associated with the heart chakra, which is located at the center of the chest and associated with love, compassion, and emotional balance. And the ancients used the stone for healing broken hearts. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so let's look at these pictures. Here is some cabochons.
Oh, nice.
And so the lines are formed from a change in the environment. So if there's more water or, the chemical makeup changes just a little bit, and it breaks and heals a lot while it's forming, and it grows these really cool drip made lines that are the circles. And I'm using my cursor on the screen like you can see it. Sorry. Moving on. This one is palm stones, just very similar. These are polished, just to give you an idea. The rough looks very different than the polished, but you can still see that. Now this is a malachite azurite carving, and this thing was going for $23,000.
Wow.
So
Well, and with the detail in it, I see why it almost looks real.
it's incredible. And then this one that Courtney showed earlier, this one is really cool. It was only $1,800, but I mean, I don't have a
that's a
piece of
great deal
malachite
for
in my
that.
house that big. I don't even know what rough that big would be. So this is a good example of the rough,
I like
how
that.
it grows in these botryoidal formations here.
Between like 70 and 100 a pound, probably.
Oh goodness. This is what slabs look like. So when you slab it up, if it's really bubbly, you get these really cool cauliflower things. Courtney, do you see anything in any of these? You always say
Pictures? I
you
always
see
see
stuff.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I see a little dude, like a little Michelin man in the bottom
Oh, that's
left.
funny.
You see him? Do you see him? And he's holding like a teddy bear or something?
You
Yeah.
have such a good imagination. I love it. Okay, so this
Oh, that's
is a
beautiful.
polished, just a polished piece of rough.
piece is awesome.
It's not formed.
That's amazing.
And then this is a type of malachite. I
I
forget
love the
what it's
velvet.
called, but it's
Velvet.
oh, velvet. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, it is gorgeous, and I just want to like touch it and pet it.
Yeah, you know, Cuddy, that one. That one's just
No,
No,
No.
no.
that is
That would-
absolutely a specimen piece.
Right. No, that's
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And I do want to touch on this fake malachite.
Yeah, I was
gonna
gonna
say, that's
it
not
doesn't even
malachite.
look real. Yeah.
No, but I will tell you that the fakers are making it a lot easier or a lot harder for us to tell the difference. This one, for example, it's obvious to
Would
anyone
have-
that's
yeah.
worked malachite before. But if you don't know anything about the stone, maybe you look at it and go, oh, that's pretty. So
Right.
Are they
You're
calling
out
that
picking
zebra
malachite. Malachite
it-
per square inch is going to be very heavy because of the copper compound.
Yeah.
that's in it.
Yeah.
yep,
So-
and touch it to your cheek, and it should be cold. All stones are naturally cold to the touch.
Really?
So, yes.
Yeah, resin's going to get really
Oh.
warm in your hand fast. The stone's not going to.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to show a bunch of pieces really fast. These are all hand dug by me. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe I won't show examples.
We could see it. It looks cool.
Yeah. Is that malachite, azurite, it looks like?
Yeah, it
Yes.
looks like a conglomerate.
Yep. So, there's so many minerals in there that I call it garbage can malachite.
Heinz 57
Because
malachite.
there's all these different colors in it. And dang it all, I am so sad. I'm not getting. Oh, there's one you can see.
Yeah, I
real
can see
good.
some of the
Yeah,
pattern in
that's
that.
really
That's
pretty.
gorgeous. Look
Oh,
at
look
that.
at the bands.
So
Yeah.
on the banding, it kind of goes up and down a little bit. Sometimes you'll find some that are super straight, but generally it's wavy. Generally, there's a little dispersion. When you're looking at the fakes, it's just right on top. Each layer is right on top. But with malachite, there's a little dispersion there. I love to talk with my hands.
Think
I
about
have
it.
big hands.
If it's water and stuff running down into other minerals, it's not ever going to be completely flat. It's going to be like the surface it's running on, right? So it's
Right.
going to be kind of rough, and then it'll settle and be rough. Wow. I
Right.
like that one.
Right.
Well,
that was
and-
my
and-
favorite
Yeah.
one so far.
Some of those patterns in there remind me of the patterns in rhodochrosite, which comes up in a stalactite formation. So does malachite form that same way? Or is it simply a bot formation?
It's drip,
just a
drip,
stalactite?
drip. That's how you
Okay,
get the
so it's stalactite. Okay.
Yep, because it's forming like that.
That gives a reason why
Or
then
it
that
can
looks like
form, like in this one, this is a little piece of gem silica, but it's got malachite, so malachite runs
that. Oh,
through
I see
it.
it right there. Right.
So-
Okay.
Okay, I've talked enough. Somebody else's turn.
Jennifer and Julie both want to know where you dug those.
I can't say.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's a secret.
A lot of people spots are secrets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't say publicly, but if you contact me through Rock Talk Lapidary at gmail.com, we can talk there. But I don't like to put my information out for the network for everybody to know.
The FBI won't come and bother you, but the Rock BI is listening.
I
loud and
will.
Clear.
It'll
Yeah.
all be gone. It'll all be gone.
Right.
Now, just,
Right.
And there'll be garbage piles left everywhere. That's
Right.
that's the worst
Yeah.
thing right now.
If you guys go rock hunting, please do us all a favor and pick up after yourselves.
For sure. And Kirsten, I'm not giving out any locations, but Utah and Arizona are two of Western states that have malachite.
Mhm.
Almost everywhere you go in the state, you can find malachite in both Utah and Arizona. Those two I know for
Did
sure.
not know
Up
that.
here in Copper Country,
Absolutely.
where we are in the Upper
Wow.
Peninsula of Michigan, it's like that too. There's copper.
Got a lot up there too.
Nice.
Basically, like
Same in
Kirsten was
Alaska.
saying, if there's copper deposits, you will find malachite. So any state that has copper, you're going to find malachite.
Yes.
So all those copper mines up around Kingman, Arizona, then all those years there when I was a kid, that was malachite that was up in there. They were
Yep.
okay. And turquoise came out of those same mines.
Yep.
Some of the best turquoise came out of them.
Kingman turquoise.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will be doing a show at the end of May down in LaSalle, Utah. on a mine that's what he mines is the azurite, blueberries, and malachite.
Oh,
Oh, I want to go there so bad.
I
I
will
love
be doing
azurite blueberries.
Yep. Monica's going to go dig. They're doing pay digs in his mine. So she's going to go dig and see if she can come up with some good azurite blueberries for us.
Tell her
Right.
to send me a couple. How far is that from Ogden?
Oh, 7 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You're an hour south of Moab.
Who's next?
Yeah, that would be Brad. With
Oh, she's going to make me go. Serpentine.
Oh,
Gonna say,
well, I took a lot of time. I'm sorry, guys.
no, that's okay. I'm glad you took some extra time because I had just a little bit of information. So I'm glad you took up some of my dead space.
Do you want me to show pictures while you talk, or?
Yeah, that's fine. Some of the pictures and I've got a few little pieces, but I think I sent you pictures of them anyways that I was able to grab real quick that I had trying to decide whether to slab them or try to turn them into spheres. So serpentine is magnesium silicate, and it's pretty much another one. It's found all over the world. It comes in colors from greens to grays, to browns, blacks. It's another stone that is probably somewhere in that 4 to 5 range on the Mohs hardness. Obviously, it depends on the locations. The stuff I have come from Washington State, and it's a fairly soft material. Gosh, I don't really have. Let's show some pictures.
She's looking for them,
Oh,
I think.
Well, I got to show it, Tel. We'll show it. This is a piece that comes from Washington State.
And is that nobles or is that?
You know, I am not super familiar with it, but what I
We
can
call it healerite.
Right. Healerite, nobles is same. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do believe that it is.
Yeah, that color of serpentine.
Yeah.
Is generally, yeah.
With the white. Yeah, the white and green together, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the
that's
noble
pretty.
I know right there.
That's
That's
beautiful.
So yeah, that's another piece from Washington State.
That's amazing.
That's another one I've got sitting here that was given to me that I keep threatening to make a sphere out of. That's why it hasn't been slabbed up. I think
Oh, that
that'd
one
make a
should
pretty sphere.
definitely be a sphere.
That would
That'd
make an amazing
beautiful
sphere, dude.
sphere. Yeah. Wow,
Gonna
that's
say
cool.
the other thing about serpentine is it is also in the asbestos family as well. So as you can see in that picture, that's why I sent that picture. You can really see the lines, the grain structure in it that points it out as being more asbestos.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ask y'all.
So if you're playing with serpentine, definitely wear a mask. Always cut it in water or oil, whatever. Just keep that dust particles from becoming airborne. You don't want it in your lungs.
Right.
That stuff will cause some serious lung issues. Those are some little tubbled pieces I've done. We got a whole pile full of them. It turned out kind of pretty.
Very cool.
I know that serpentine is found a lot with jade in certain places, right?
Yes, and it's often faked as jade because some of the colors do come close enough to jade that people will sell it as jade.
Right.
So make sure you know the hardness difference between a jade and a serpentine, and you'll be able to cover all day long.
And clarity is a big difference between the two also.
Right.
Yes.
And do you know what is the hardness on serpentine by chance?
Serpentine it varies. It's somewhere between a 4 and a 6.
Okay.
So it's all locale makes the difference of the hardness pretty much. I know the stuff I've got here out of Washington, it's probably more closer to the 4.
Yes,
it's pretty soft.
Rebellious Chaos jade is significantly harder than serpentine.
Oh,
That is correct.
absolutely. Yeah.
Jade is dang near a 9, if I remember right.
8.5, I believe.
Yeah,
Very hard.
Yeah, it's
I know
very, very hard.
I've made spears out of that, and it was a really rough material to work.
Hours. I bet you spend hours.
Yeah,
Stuff takes forever. You'll see a lot of people make the solid banded rings out of jade because it's so hard. It's so hard. It's not real brittle anymore. So it's hard to even get it to shatter and blow up like that. So.
Right.
Okay,
cool.
so David is next. David, do you want me to show pictures while you're talking, or?
That's fine. However you want to do it.
Thanks, Brad.
So,
thanks.
That was great.
I decided to go, and I have got one chunk here in my hand. So I don't know how well people can see that. Some may know what it is. Some may not. This is what used to be called Gary Green jasper. At one time, it was under the name of larsenite. Right? I think that was actually the first one that people had it named by.
It was getting stolen, Larson.
Right.
Yep.
And then, there's a lot of story behind that and the Gary Green both and the way that things went. The mine is now owned by, what's the name of Brian's company that works for him? So Brian Curl up at the Polka Dot Agate mine here in Oregon. That mine was taken over by them, and they renamed it Freedom Jasper. And so one of the things that I like is you never find two chunks of it that are alike. That was actually Gary Green. It was completely different than anything else I'd had. And I have quite a bit of Gary Green. And if you look at this piece right here, this is one of the reasons why people look at it, and for years, since back in the early 80s, they call it a bogwood. So average people call it petrified wood. There's a difference between petrified wood and bogwood, but everybody has always called it a bogwood. And there was always some contention over it. And you can go to another picture if you'd like to. But what they found out, see, here's a completely different structure, and I have a small chunk of this one. And so there are so many different ways that it looks. But it is not petrified wood. It is not bogwood.
That is amazing. That's how I like it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
this is your
used to
typical
seeing
Gary
as
Green
well.
right there. Yeah, and this is the one that you see the most. And again, when you look at it, people say, "Oh, well, that's petrified wood," and it breaks just like a petrified wood was, because along those stratus lines right there, sometimes you just have it just takes the wrong.
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah,
I
so
think so.
did he push? He's
frozen.
He's frozen. Okay.
You could
Can you
definitely
fix that?
You could definitely see
Should
why
we remove
people
him
would
and then
confuse it as petrified
so he
wood.
knows? He's probably still talking, like he, you know what I mean? Like still going. Doesn't know he's frozen.
Here, I'll send him a message. Well, he probably won't see it, but.
Oh, here he is.
So I am quite sure that is there. He goes.
There he is. I heard him.
Okay.
So
continuing on.
One of the things about the Gary Green and pieces like this is you have to be really careful when you select your rough. So you can see up here, up toward the top where that light goes across, you see kind of a place there that didn't take much of a polish. There are spots in it that will really undercut, and you have to be really light-handed with those areas. And that's what caused that other cab to break. Just a little bit too much pressure. It's a very large cab that was 1 3/4 inches across. And as I cabbed out to the edge, I pulled up just a little bit of torque on when I did, it split it right in half right there. And yeah, I could glue that. I could save it, but better to try and cut a couple of other cabs out of it. You know, I'm like Courtney. I have too many. Now this one right here, this is probably the most. Oh, that's the most Jimmy piece I've ever had. And this one, I ended up selling this to a friend. For a long time, I wouldn't sell it. I cabbed this several years ago. It's a pop socket, and I sold it to someone I've known since I was about, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old. And she really loved it. I've called this one Lonely Oregon, because when you look down at the very bottom, it's like coming up out of the waves on the beach over here in Lincoln City, and you got that little river, that little stream that runs back up the beach and back up underneath the cliff there that comes through, and then all those clouds and all that stuff behind it as you're going up through the brush, and it just struck me that way. And this is probably, for me, because I don't have that artistic visuality that some have, for me to see that in this, that was really something for me. And so that's what I've called this one.
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, I love that one right there.
Really,
And
really cool.
another chunk of it here. Now, one of the things that finally, and I was just looking for my Rock and Gym magazine. I have an issue somewhere, and I saw it online the other day. Rock and Gym magazine just last year was talking about Gary Green, and they were calling it bogwood. But there's actually been a geological report that was done several years ago, 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago. I've actually read the report myself. And I knew then that it was not bogwood. It is what is called a geothermal vent jasper. And so that means that the ash from a volcano, the ash and the buildup, when that was laid down, there was a thermal vent. It could have been hot water that brought silica up, brought other minerals that mixed with that, and it forms it in a sedimentary manner. So it is a geothermal. It is an actual jasper. And so you'll find those softer spots in there because in some ways it's almost closer to a rhyolite than it is a jasper. But the amount of silica changes depending on what area that it was in and how much of that geothermal action was going on.
So
And
like
so
with
then,
Brad's, it's the
right,
same
yeah,
deal.
Yeah.
same
The
deal right
hardness
there.
changes.
And just beautiful, beautiful material. And then a couple of days ago, we have Lapidary David Garcia, who was on our show here recently. I came across a video. Somebody posted it somewhere, and it said the truth about Gary Green. And I thought, yeah, I need to go watch this to see if they're going to say what I know. And we've been trying to tell people over the last few years. And sure enough, he was talking to Brian Curl from up here at the Polka Dot Agate Mine. And as he went around the table, there was Gary Green there, or now they call it Freedom Jasper. I still like Gary Green. I just have a hard time with the whole freedom thing because I'm used to Gary Green. But there was a guy there that's from the old days. He knew all about it. He also had seen the report and was a part, I guess, of having that geological survey done on that and said, yes, it's the same thing. It is not petrified wood. It is not bogwood. It is a geothermal jasper. It's a venting jasper. So where that was, and that silicate come up through those hot vents, and as the magma and everything pushed up, that heat, that's what formed that.
So it's formed in a similar manner as malachite. That's probably how they have the similar type of bandings.
Right.
And you
right.
can
Except
go
for it's
5
not
miles down
a
the
drip.
road and go to Caldera Mine, and they have Caldera paint there, which is like
Beautiful.
peach and yellow and red and black, but it's the same thing. Same
Right.
Yeah,
same
absolutely.
lines, everything, just completely different colors.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
that's
basically the
fascinating.
same material, just had different mineral coloration in it. Yeah. The nice thing about the Caldera paint is it does not separate and break as easily as what the Gary Green does.
No, it's a lot
And
harder.
it's a lot harder. I
Harder.
have a couple of slabs of it here, and I can cab that all day long and never have a problem with
But
it.
you can tell that they are formed the exact same way,
Right.
just missing a mineral somewhere in there. But like
Well, and like
the
you
way
say,
they
they're
look.
they're 5 miles apart. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all this venting that was going on in that area. That's some heavy volcanic area down there. So you're down by McDermott, Oregon, right down in the corner, close to Nevada, right there in that area. And I don't know if anybody realizes we are getting ready to lose some of the greatest rock hounding country in the United States down in that area because they have now licensed two companies to go down there and dig the mineral to make lithium batteries from. So there are going to be two lithium mines that are going to squeeze out rock hounding in a lot of that country down there, which is a really sad thing. And there's just too much still to be discovered. Too much
Maybe
rock
they'll
comes out
find
of
a
there,
new sugilite vein in America.
right?
Yeah.
That's about how I feel about all the apartments
Right. Well,
that are
think
going
about
up
it.
over all the good digging spots here.
If you've
Right.
ever worked with Blue Mountain Jasper, that comes again from that same area down there, and it was such hard material that he couldn't. He said he couldn't dig it out of the ground. I talked to Dale Hewitt 2 or 3 years ago. Couldn't dig it out of the ground with an excavator. They actually had to blast for it. Would cost him 16 grand every time they got ready to pull that out of the ground because he had to have somebody come in and drill and blast. And so the difference in the materials, but they're all of a similar makeup and in the same area.
All right. So Courtney's next. She is going to be talking about
Birdite.
Thank you. I wasn't sure how to say it.
So verdite is it's mainly fuchsite. Um, it's got albite and chlorite, which are both microminerals, mixed in with it. It is actually considered a rock, a semi-precious rock. It's not considered a gemstone because of the minerals that are mixed in with it. It's very cool. It's a lot of fun to cut. It comes from the North Cap River in South Africa. So it's in what used to be Swaziland. It's now East Swatini, what it's called now. It used to be Swaziland, Zimbabwe, those areas. It's pretty cool. It's used a lot in sculptures, wall tiles, buildings. Um, the South African government uses it for floors and wall tiles and all kinds of stuff. The Bank of England has it in their building, and the um, South African House. I don't know what that is. I guess it's like their embassy in London has verdite as part of its structure as well. So it's pretty cool. It's green, obviously. Um, and I just did a couple of pictures because I really wanted you guys to see. Obviously, it's used for sculptures, right? Carvings. It's cut. You'll see it a lot of times with the yellow, and you'll see it a lot of times with purple as well. Purples,
Purple.
blues,
Okay.
yellows. Um, I've never seen it this way, though. I've never seen it with red.
Oh,
So I
wow.
thought this was really, really cool, this particular picture. I've been cutting verdite since I started cutting rocks. I'm actually slabbing a piece of rough right now. And I see a lot of the yellow. I see a lot of the purple. I see a lot of the blues, but I've never seen the red. So I thought this was really, really cool, this particular sphere. As far as hardness, it's 3 to 4, pretty much like everything else that we've been showing. You'll find it like this. This was a cab I cut years ago, where it's got that nice. See, I'm doing the same thing, Kirsten, with my cursor. It's got those nice dark purple lines. It's got the yellow. It's got kind of that flaky. So that one's probably has more of the mica structure to it, and that where this one is more solid. It's got some nice designs in it. It's got a little bit of the purple, but not so much of the yellow. Just the
Do I
variations that
have
it
that?
comes in. Huh?
Do I have that?
This cab, you might.
I think I have that cab.
You think you have it? You might.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Um, yeah, I don't know. This was years ago that I cut this, so you might have it, Ryan. We've known each other long enough that you might. Um, so that's it's just easy to cut. It's fun to cut. It's a great material. Um,
And it's not that expensive, correct?
it's not stupid expensive, but it's not cheap either. It's getting harder and harder to find. I usually get mine when I do get rough from Tanner Singleton. Um, the last time I got some from him, he said it was getting harder and harder to find. The guy that he gets it from, I guess in Africa, didn't have it quite as readily available anymore. So I'm trying to get this picture off of here. I went off the wrong screen. Um, so, is there going to be any more of it? I don't know. I guess we'll see as time goes on. Um, but it's just a really, really cool material. A lot of fun, like I said, a lot of fun to cut. Um,
So it's not considered a jasper or a
it's
quartz.
not considered a
and it's not a
jasper or a
gemstone.
quartz. It's not
Huh.
considered a gemstone because of
Just a
the
rock,
mica minerals that are in with it.
right?
It's considered a semi-precious rock, which I found
What
interesting.
what was its
That's a
hardness?
first.
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really
That's a good hardness for anybody that does Dremel work. So
Yeah.
keep that
Yeah.
in mind. Anybody
really
here that's
easy to
watching that
cut.
does Dremel.
but it's also very stable. I mean, even that one that had what looked, kind of the different layers, um, very stable, very stable.
Cool.
One of my favorite things to cut. So I've sent several pieces to. I usually send my end cuts, my bigger end cuts, to Kevin Sikakaku.
Yeah,
That's
Ikakuku.
he was on here.
Sikakuku. There you go. That was on here, right? For him to
Yeah.
carve, he likes it a lot. So he's bought some, and he's also I've also sent him some just because he's a cool dude. Um, I haven't seen any of the carvings if he's done anything with them yet, so I'm excited to see that when he does. So.
Surprised Ryan doesn't have plugs from it.
I'm not a big green person, to be honest with you.
Ryan
gotta
likes
be
the
purple.
blues and the purples.
Purple?
Yep, the
Yeah.
blues and the purples.
I'm pink. I like pink too.
Yeah. He'll be wearing
I
the
like vibrant
lights
Get you
again
some
soon.
blue light ones.
I could
Yeah,
do
those
some blue
purple
light
ones that you made for him, Courtney, those were gorgeous.
Sujalites, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid to wear them, dude. I'm afraid to wear them.
Don't want to lose
He
them?
doesn't wear them very often. When
No,
he
it-
first
it's-
got him, he did. But when he got the turquoise ones, he traded them out for the turquoise.
Because the lithium in Sujilite, it gets very
Oh,
hot
right.
easily, and it gets
Yeah.
very cold easily. And when you live in a place where there's no spring or fall, it's just summer or winter.
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah, he's
But-
got a window of about 2 weeks out of the year where he can
Yeah.
wear
Oh,
the
geez.
Sujalites.
Yeah,
So,
during the summer, I'll probably go to amber here pretty soon. Amber
Right.
doesn't get
Oh,
hot
nice.
at all. I got
Right.
some Dominican amber plugs I wear during the summer.
right.
And it's
Yeah,
lightweight.
so cool stuff. Cool stuff.
It is, yeah, and there's wasps in there. And I like that.
No way.
There is,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll send
You
pictures.
gotta
Yeah.
show us. You gotta show us. All right,
I'll wear
guys. Do you have
'em
any
next time.
questions about green rocks? The green rocks we covered tonight.
I thought there was some good information out of all of this tonight.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I did not know
Yeah.
how malachite was formed.
Yeah. Well, I didn't either until I did some research. So I'm sorry. I kind of talked a lot and went over everybody, but malachite is such a cool mineral. They all are.
It is.
All of them that
It
we
is.
talked about tonight.
Yep, and there's so many other green rocks that are cool too.
Oh, just so
I
many.
wrote down right here for you, Courtney, find a Verdite dealer. I'll
Yes.
figure it out by
please.
the end of the week, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
This is
I
a-
need more.
That's a
the piece I'm
malachite cab.
slabbing is my last one.
My dad started this 30 years ago and didn't finish it, and I'm trying to get it finished up. My son walked out here. I have a son who has autism. He walked out in the shop the other day, and he said, Dad, he said, I kind of would like to have a bolo tie. And so he wears these weird jackets that he picked up at Goodwill where he used to work, and his pajama-looking leggings and cowboy boots that he picked up. And he's got long hair, and I'm thinking, yeah, okay. And he looked over and he saw this. He said, no, he said, this will go with everything I've got. So this is going to be for him. He liked the malachite when he saw it. So now I have something I can tell him, Cheerston, about the
Wear a
malachite
mask.
formation.
There you go.
Yeah, I wear a mask in almost everything, Ryan.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Everything's got silica in it, guys. Everything does. And that miner's
And where-
one is no joke.
Where, yes, we do cab it wet, we use a lot of water, you can still pick up some particles in the mist. And so I don't wear a respirator, I just wear a dust mask, and it will stop those water particles. I never do anything dry. And so I don't have to worry about the dry part of it. But I do wear a dust mask.
Well,
yeah, I
that's
wear
really
one depending
smart.
on what I'm working with as well.
And some of us, I have found some people like me, I'm a little more susceptible to some of the chemicals in some of the
I've
rock,
understood.
even handling it with my hands. So some people are that way. I wear nitrile gloves when I cab for that very reason. And so plus I save my fingernails.
Okay, guys, it's time to do the giveaway. Does Andrew have our list of numbers? Courtney, before you take off, we're getting ready to shut the show down anyways, but I'm going to have you pick the number tonight, okay?
Okay.
1 through 12, hon.
9.
12. 9.
It looks like it is Mystic Dragon. Miss Dragon? Miss Dragon?
Mystic Dragon.
Miss Dragon.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So, Mystic Dragon, get in touch with us through rocktalklapidary@gmail.com. get me your mailing address. That's all I need from you, and I'll get that shipped off right away. Let's see.
Nice.
So we do want to talk about, really quick, we do want to talk about our great big giveaway we're going to do at the end of the season. Guys, it's going to be a blowout party. I'm not sure if everybody's doing a giveaway, but there's going to be lots of things to win. And tonight I added, I don't know if I've shown this one yet, this hunk of fluorite to my pile.
Look
So-
at that
Yellow's
purple
on
right
that
in the
rare
end.
color list, guys.
Yeah.
Yellow's the rare color in there.
So, how to enter. Every week you come, you watch the show while we're live, you make a comment, you're entered. Andrew's keeping track of all of that. He is our behind the scenes guy, and he will get me the list of names to add. And at the end, we will be doing a drawing for each of our things. So, does anybody else here want to say anything about what they're doing?
No, we're giving away a 10-pound plus chunk of Maramamba.
Yeah, it's
Not
huge, guys. If
Yeah.
you haven't seen it yet, I don't think you have it sitting right there with you. But yeah, it's as big as his head. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
then I've added 3 cabs.
3 cabochons. Woo!
Yeah, a plume agate, a lucent
Oh.
barosite, and a sugilite rictorite cap.
Nice.
And I may
Nice.
add more as we
No,
go
Ryan,
on.
you can't enter.
Guys, it's really good. You gotta get in. You gotta say hi. You gotta ask questions. You gotta interact.
And I said I was going to reveal this week what I'm going to do. But
Yes,
just
what are
before
you
I
gonna
do
do?
it, there's a question
Okay.
I think we should answer by Kenny Casper. He said, should I wear a dust mask when I use my water-fed angle grinder on rocks? Absolutely, Kenny. You're talking about something that is designed, it does not have the hood that comes over it that diffuses the mist from the water, and it's a lot higher RPM, so you're likely to get a lot more of that. So absolutely wear a dust mask.
It's putting
with that.
silica in the water and then misting it into
That's
the
right.
air, and you're breathing that into your lungs constantly. Just wear a mask.
Yeah. And
Just
silica,
Yes.
no matter what you do, it is very sharp edge. It never dulls. No matter how much you grind it, it just gets smaller and smaller. So yes, absolutely. So to add what we're going to, Rock Tumblers for Autism, we are going to throw in a brand new Lortone rock tumbler, the 3/8 kit that comes with the 3-pound
Wow.
tumbler, and it
Nice.
comes with grit. It comes with a bag of rocks.
So get a hammer and break up all this Maramamba and tumble it all.
There you go.
No, don't do that. I'll be really mad.
Just take your scraps and throw it in there with some of the other stuff that you've got.
Awesome.
But and I'm gonna go ahead and give a sphere, one of the spheres I've made into this giveaway. But I'm gonna keep a surprise. I'm not gonna show anybody what the sphere I picked until the very last second. So,
There you go.
yeah, but it will be a
So it'll
sphere
be a
that I
surprise
have
for
made.
everybody.
Right? There you go. There you
This is
go.
going to be a big giveaway.
It's gonna be a fun show.
huge.
It is.
Yes.
It is gonna be
And
super
it's also
fun.
it's also a multi-winner giveaway. It's not just
Yes.
for one
Right.
person.
One
right?
person
So
isn't winning everything.
There's 6 co-hosts. I believe there's going to be 6 winners. Correct? Is
Yep,
that
all
what we're
shipped to
doing?
6
Or
separate people.
Yes. Yes.
yep. So it'll be the last show of the season.
Right.
At
Yes,
the end,
in 5
right?
weeks. So we're on episode 15 and it'll be episode 20. So if you want to mark your calendars to make sure you're there for the giveaways, that would be probably a good
You
idea.
Oh,
just
you know what,
did-
Roger
oh,
Wayman?
Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Add you
that's
to the
right.
list. You're okay.
Yep. Go ahead, Roger. Just
You
keep
just
commenting.
missed the
you'll get on
giveaway
the
for
list.
this show.
Yep, you just missed the giveaway for this show, Roger, but you're in it for the big giveaways.
I
Yeah,
already
there you
added
go.
you
That's
right
awesome.
now. Don't worry.
That's great. All right. So anybody, let's start with closing comments. And Brad, Courtney, you can go first because you need to go.
Okay. Yeah. Closing comments. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to the people that are new. Fantastic. Happy to have you. We love you guys, as always. We'll see you next week. If you have any questions, you need any advice, you need you have some information to share, because we like to learn from you too, feel free to reach out to any of us. We're more than happy to help and or be helped. Um, right? I mean, it's true.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Um,
that's what we're here for.
Other than that, if you're looking for cabs, check out my website. Check out Dave's page. If you're looking for spheres, go see Brad. If you're looking for specimens, go see Matt and Kirsten. Well, Kirsten does everything. If you're looking for slabs, check Ryan out. Um, we between all of us, we for sure have something that you
We
that
should
you
have it
want.
all covered.
Yeah, we should. Maureen, we do this show every Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Eastern, every Thursday night. We have a live sale show every other Tuesday. The next one will be May 2nd. And with all of that, I'm going to go ahead and go have dinner and go to bed.
Bye,
I
love.
love you all.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
Bye,
Bye,
See you
Courtney.
next
Appreciate you.
week.
And so, right quick, down in there is a link that for each one of us is an email address that you can contact any one of us. So don't be afraid to shoot one of us an email saying, hey, what have you got? Can't find something, or I'm looking for something particular. Email us and see what one of us can do for you.
Absolutely. All right, Brad, we'll have you go next.
Yeah. I thank everybody for coming. I'm going to throw it out there to the viewers. We like to do that viewer spotlight every week. If you've made something or you got something you want to show off, send it to rocktalklapidary@gmail.com. We like to pick somebody every week and kind of show off our viewers' work and what they're doing. So send it to rocktalklapidary@gmail.com. You never know. You might be the next person that becomes our weekly spotlight.
Awesome. Awesome.
Again, thanks everybody for coming. And like Dave and Courtney said, reach out to us if you have any questions, wants, needs, help. Any one of us is more than willing to answer your guys' questions and help you in any way we can.
Absolutely.
We're not
All
the
right,
smartest
thanks,
people
Brad.
in the world, but we know where to find the information.
Yep.
All right, Dave.
All righty, everybody. Hey, thank you for coming. I thought this was a great show. I learned a lot myself tonight, some things that I didn't know, and some precautions about some of the materials that I do have here. I've been wanting to cab. Now I know some more information. Thought it was great. So thank you for joining us tonight. Be sure and go join us on Facebook on the Rock Tumblers for Autism. Go on there and look. We have a person who has autism just received her new Lortone Rock Tumbler a couple of days
Yeah,
ago.
that
They
was so
pasted
awesome.
some pictures. Wasn't that awesome? So come on over there
Yes.
and join us. Look at the pop sockets and stuff that I'm making put up for sale. That's how we support the charity. Proceeds all go for that. Come over and join us, but visit all of our pages and come and get everything. Oh, one last thing before I do it. Don't forget these little puppies right here. This right now is one of the things that really helps us stay in so we can do our broadcasting, do some different things. And we would love for you to take and just post those with everybody that you know. Slap one on their back and say, this is because you don't like rocks.
Oh my gosh, Dave. Thank you so much. We
See you
love
later.
you. Okay.
Alrighty, I'm
Brian.
gonna keep it short and sweet.
Do it.
It was a fun show. Lots of cool green rocks. I think we should definitely do another one of these about different color stones. This was a lot of fun. Everybody, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and turn that bell on. It'll notify you before the show starts, so you never miss one. Come and check us out next week for some more information. I hope you learned something today. What we're shooting for is for you guys to be learning stuff every time we come on here. I love you all. So do I. I learned new stuff. I don't know if I learned anything quite new today.
I did. But that's okay.
Courtney needs a new Verdi dealer.
That's
all
gotta
right,
be
guys.
you, bud. All right.
I love you guys. Have a good week. We'll see you next one.
Thanks, Ryan. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We just adore you all. Every single one of you. And Mystic, I have it written down somewhere. Thank you so much. You won tonight. So be sure to contact us via rocktalklapidary@gmail.com. And thank you. I'm going to play the cute little video, and we're done for the night. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. See you next time.
Great show,
Great
guys.
show, guys.
Let's go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.